Okay, hey everybody. Today's video is all about getting warmed up. Getting warmed up is not just about getting physically warm. If it was, then I could just microwave my hand or I could have a really hot shower. That stuff is only the first part of the equation to getting warmed up. The second part of the equation is building confidence. That's why we warm up. It's not really to get physically warm. It is a little bit, but it's also to build confidence. So today we're going to talk about how you can warm up to build confidence. So the first secret, I suppose, is something I've already said. It's to understand why you're warming up. You need to realize that you're warming up to target those things that you're not good at, to improve them, and so that you're more confident going into the game. That's why you warm up. It is also related to getting physically warm. You need to stretch your hand muscles, get your hand muscles working. You also need to get your brain fired up, and a big part of that is building confidence. So the first thing that you need to do if you're not happy with your warm-up routine currently, or you don't feel like it's the most efficient that it could be, is figure out what it is that you're bad at. What is it that you struggle with in game? And then you can take that and start applying some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video to how you can improve that and how you can improve your warm-up routine. So let's say you are 99.9% of gamers and the thing that you care about most when you're warming up is your aim. So how can you warm up your aim? Well, the obvious way is to play the game, right? The more you play the game, the more your aim will get warm. That's why after you play for 4 hours, you're going to have the best aim going. Problem is with that is if you need to perform in the first game, you're likely not going to have the best aim going in, right? So that's why we warm up, to improve and build our confidence of our aim so that we go into the first game with the best aim we can. And there's a few ways of doing this. For me personally, the way that works the best is I use 1v1s in the firing range. So what I'll do is I'll play versus a teammate, Blast and Bryn. I'll 1v1 them in a way that we change legends so we never die. And basically what this means is you're getting consistent practice tracking, shooting real players with real movement, using different guns across different scenarios. It's really the best way to get your mind and your body engaged with the activity of aiming. I really recommend this way. For me personally, it targets all my weaknesses. It's the absolute best way that I can warm up for a game of Apex. However, for some of you, this isn't really that practical. You might not have teammates that want to do this, or you might not particularly enjoy it yourself. For that, I recommend you try turning on the movement bots in the firing range. I'll just briefly explain how you do that now.
Alright guys, so the way we're going to activate the bots in the firing range so that they move is the first thing you need to do is make sure you've dropped your weapons, so don't have anything in your inventory. And then you want to come out of your spawn here, and you want to go to the furthest left, if you're looking downhill, the furthest left tunnel. So come over to the furthest left tunnel, and then you want to change legend again to get Pathfinder grapple. It's quite dark on my screen, but you want to make sure you grapple up here. Just like that. And then when you're up here, all you need to do now is you need to face these three banners right here. Walk up as far as you can go to the edge of this beam here. Crouch down, look down, and then whilst you're crouched and you're looking down, change legend. And you hear that clonk noise. And then if we have a look now, you'll see the bots are moving. You see they have like HP bars. So if you're not familiar with this, guys, what it basically means is there's 3 different levels of bots. You've got the blue ones which have peacekeepers with blue armor, the silver ones which have grey armor and they have hemlock, and then you also have these purple ones here which have L stars and they have purple armors.
So once you've got the bots moving, you can practice your flicking. Practice your tracking. You can also practice your target switching and your recoil control. This is something that will help build confidence in game, and it's definitely something that you could try. Bear in mind it's not as good as using a real player, but it is definitely the next best thing. Whilst you're in the firing range too, you can also practice your movement techniques, right? So you can practice your wall bouncing, your tap strafes, your redirects, your super glides if you're into that, your zipline jumps, all these things, your Pathfinder grapples. Keep doing them over and over again to get them perfect in your mind, so that when you're in game and you're trying to fight someone, you don't have to consciously think about doing it. It's already in your muscle memory. You've already warmed up. So now let's say that those things aren't working for you and you still feel like when you get into game your aim isn't quite where you want it to be. Well, there is another tool, Kovaks. Now, Kovaks is a little bit controversial. I think Kovaks is an amazing tool for building mouse control. As long as that's what you use it for, it's great. If you try and use it to specifically improve Apex, it's not going to work, right? All it's going to do is build up your mouse control. What that means is you're going to be just as good at opening a new tab on Google Chrome as you are at aiming in game by using Kovaks. It's not universally applied to Apex specifically. However, there is a routine called the Pure G Apex routine, which will help tailor the environment of Kovaks to the environment of Apex. And they use certain routines to help build up your aim and mouse control in specific situations that can relate to Apex. I do recommend you guys trying this for one reason alone. If you try it, you will realize how bad your aim is in certain situations. At least that's what happened with me. I was like, crap, I'm crap. I am just terrible. Because the routine is specifically hard to target the weaknesses in your aim so you know what to improve on. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the routine. You can download it and apply it to your Kovaks. The most important thing with Kovaks, guys, is not the fact that it's going to make your aim amazing. The most important thing with Kovaks is to understand the mindset to have when you're using it. It's an amazing tool to increase your mouse control. It will do that. If you use it regularly, if you aim to improve, it will increase your mouse control. It will also warm up your right hand, not your left. Your left hand's going to be cold as hell, but it will warm up your right hand. So just remember, that's what it's for. As long as you use it for that, it's totally fine. But don't expect to play an hour's worth of Kovaks, then get into Apex and have an amazing game sense, an amazing movement, and even amazing aim in some situations because the recoil isn't accounted for. The weapon optic zoom isn't always accounted for. There's loads of different things to take into consideration. However, I know some of the best aimers I know have come up through Kovaks, so it's definitely a useful tool. But just make sure you get the mindset right. Don't use it as a, I'm going to play this to improve Apex. Use it as, I'm going to play this to improve my mouse control. The last secret that I really want to talk about, guys, is understanding your mindset when you go into the game, right? Warming up is not this boring thing that you have to do in order to play the game. I need to warm up so that I'm not bad, right? It's not that. It's something that you can use to help be the best player that you can be as quickly as you can be whilst playing. So keep that in mind. You might be the lucky someone who doesn't need to warm up. I have days sometimes where I don't bother because I already feel good when I get on the computer. But if you don't feel good when you get on, if you're not feeling confident when you get on, make sure you warm up. Don't skip it. It's like leg day, guys. Don't skip it. So that's it for this video, guys. This one was a little bit shorter. I really don't want to talk too much about warming up because it's very personal. And what works for me might not work for you. So I'm trying to give you like a bare bones idea of the way you should think about warming up as opposed to how you should warm up because it's personal. Please like, comment and subscribe, guys. Please let me know in the comments if you have any feedback, anything you didn't like, anything you did like, let me know. And yeah, subscribe to see the next video. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.